Hello, happy Sunday. Welcome to the Khrysalis studio stream. I'm so happy to be here and have you all here. I am Raven of Khrysalis Studios. Most of you know me. If you don't, welcome. Hi. So today there is some fun stuff. There were master mayhem, basically. I had the craziest week of trying to track these things down. I'll tell you more about that. I'm going to cover some Briar news. They have a Christmas winter decorator set out, as well as the topic, which is, do I paint to sculpt or sculpt to paint? And do I have a vision in my head of the colors of the horse as I am sculpting it? As well as my hyperfixation of the week, which I am currently wearing. I will tell you about all of that and more, along with my normal antics and crazy. But first, we will do Briar news. I am going to show you guys some new things that I worked on this week. All right, let's do it. New videos! It's kind of fun. So I've been telling you guys I wanted to do that for a long time. It's just like little clippy bits to go in between the different things that I'm doing, but super fun. Hopefully you enjoy it. Here is what Briar has been up to. There hasn't been a ton on their front. They've been talking about their Midwest Fest show, and then we have the Killington and Little Killington for the decorators. These are the winter decorator set. It is a pair. Normally it is one winter decorator, but this time it is two. I don't think that they've done two before. So very cute. I like the fighting stallion, and I like the silver filigree, and it's cute in both big and mini. Adorables. They are $135. I don't think you need to be a Collector Club member to buy them, which is kind of cool. And they are limited, one per cart, limited to 2,000 pieces, and they still are available. You can click the Add Now button. So they are not yet sold out. I think they released them a couple of days ago. So we still have the Gambler's Choice. That will be a possibility. And let me see if I can fix this. The Gambler's Choice is something that comes out during Christmas, usually kind of Christmas Eve or just before. Historically, they've kind of done it a couple days before. Really depends. So we'll see how that goes. Let me do this. Prayer Horses on Facebook. Perfection. So yeah, they will have that out. That is the winter decorator. Normally comes with about 4 different color options, 3 to 4 different color options, and then a coal piece. And that coal piece is super rare. I think they do about 25, if I'm not remembering horribly badly, about 25 of them that are black, and usually black glossy. And so you usually don't want the coal in your stocking, but in this case you do. So historically they have done... What was last year's? It was Huck the year before. 2024. Pardon my tap, tap, tappity tap. Tannenbaum? Was that it? Oh, yeah. Tannenbaum. All right. So this was Tannenbaum. It was the Fell Pony Emma in 3 different colors plus the Cole. So with the Huck, they did 4 different colors that were the normal decorator versions, and then the Cole. So the Cole is obviously the black glossy there. Let's see if it says there. 24 pieces of Cole. 24 days till Christmas. I think that's probably why. And then there was the cool green color, the beautiful blue. That was probably my favorite of the bunch. And the red's kind of a fiery choice, which is interesting for Christmas, but very cool. Usually traditionally about those colors is what they run with. Sometimes I think they might have done gold in the past if I am remembering right. So yeah, we'll see what we get. We don't normally know until the day of, and you have to be a Collector Club member to purchase those. So if that is something that you're interested in, you will need to be a member of one of their versions of the Collectors Club, either the international or the deluxe one. My brain's thinking I'm an international. Either the deluxe one to get the stablemate and the pin, or just the normal one. And I think it's about $35 American, if that makes sense. They also did a cute little Christmas movie, which is a little animated one. I love these. These are very, very cute. I don't know who's doing them, but do more of them because they're amazing. Just adorable. And that they work their product into it. I think it's cute. So there's that. And then they did release that, pardon my scrolling, the Premier horse, Georgina, was indeed, I was right, see, sculpted by Jen Scott, and it is painted by Mariah Vogue. So congratulations to both parties. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous horse. It should be a really cool addition to their Premier line and then eventually their regular line. I'm so excited to see a big, heavy, like, cantering draft horse. The action poses, the fact it's a draft on a base with lots of hair and it's moving. So hard to get them to do these things. So congratulations. Thank you for convincing them to do this if that is what you had to do. And yeah, looking forward to it. It'll be really, really cool. That is Briar News. I will say hi to our lovely peoples in the chat now. Let me get that one. Perfect. We have Amy. Good morning. Holly, hello, welcome. Always missed your lives, but I finally made it. Yay! Pam, Tansy, you're here. Hello. Jody, hello. Amy's like, I love the breaking news bit. Yay! I'm glad that you guys like it. I was like, this is going to go one of 2 ways. But hopefully you like all of them because there's a few. The hyperfixation one is probably my favorite at the very end. So we'll see when we get there. It'll be kind of cool. Pam says, I got him. Clack, clackety clack. Oh, you got the Killington. Congratulations. Yes, as I'm typing on my keyboard. Katie, hello, welcome. Amy says, I hope I'm lucky this year again. I don't need the holiday gambler. We will see how she goes. Holly says, I love the ponies from last Christmas. It's so cute. Katie says, please don't be Fireheart. I will cry. You guys need to wait until I'm financially prepared for these things for that to happen. We'll see how that goes. Jody says, gorgeous horse, very well done. Any speculation for this year's Christmas horse? I don't actually know. I'm not as good with these things because there's patterns, and I'm not so good with the patterns of what has come before, but usually... Oops, I meant to write Candace and I wrote part of it and then it wrote in canning apple juice. So that's a thing. This is Candace 2 on YouTube. Normally does speculations. This is her. I will show. Oh, stop. And then this one. So this is Candace 2. Really good speculations for Briarfest for this year and previous years. So super fun. Definitely follow her. She's awesome. And then Stormy Strikes. Stormy Stone Kingdom online. Dun, 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 dun. So Stormy Strike. Do we have speculation yet? There's a whole bunch of unboxing. There is No speculation for that just yet. So you could probably refer to previous videos and see. Fireheart would be super cool. Who would I even want? Oh, what do you guys want to see? Katie's like, not Fireheart. I don't even know. Who would be adorable? My brain like defaults to adorable pony. Rowan will make a really cute Christmas decorator at some point, but I think it's too soon to do him. Who would they even do? Tiger Lily would make a really cute decorator Christmas thing too. Rhiannon, that's the Kylie draft. Trying to think of who else. My brain's like flatlining. I really like the show Jumping Warm Blood. I'm just staring at my shelf. We did Huck, so we've covered him. The Andalusian, I think, has been done. The Moody Andalusian, if I'm not mistaken. Apple juice, right? Apple juice. We will see. Amy says, I haven't been keeping up with the Christmas pony patterns, but I have with the Briarfest surprise. I've been a little better with the Briarfest ones, but we'll see. Amy says, I want to see no clearware. I don't want it to be something I want. I know that feeling. Shannon Dell, I think we did. Drafters are always nice. We did see Croy, so she's been done. I'm trying to think of who is spicy and wonderful or cute and adorable, because I think that's kind of the ways that you go. You could see something like maybe Hamilton. I know Briar has a soft spot for him. You could see Strapless would be pretty. She's a nice feminine one. Marabella would be really nice too. If they haven't done her already, I don't think they have, because she's just got this really nice feminine energy. Or it'd be really cool to see something like Succession in the Fire, a Marin full set. We haven't seen that yet in the decorator for Christmas, I don't think. And it would be kind of cool, like a little Christmas surprise, something like that. Cindy, I think it's Strapless. It very well could be. Clearware Fireheart. The internet would just go. It'd be funny. Yeah, darn it. In like, in the Tortuga colors. Do that, Briar, please. I don't even know what you'd have to call it, but like that. On Fireheart, please. Please. Pretty please. Please. Goodness. So yeah, that's the thing. In other, well, like what other? They could do a pair of classics. That'd be kind of fun. Or something. The Rhiannon and Cadell would be really cute too as Christmas decorators. Again, a Marin full set. I'm kind of going with a theme, apparently. Or two falls. They need to do, here, prepare yourselves. They need to do Remy, the foal that goes with Rhiannon, the Kylie foal, together with Firestorm, and make them playing and do them in decorator colors. That is my guess. That is my wish. That would be awesome. I think that would be so cute to have two little falls. Anyway. All right, that's the thing. Don't give them ideas. Holy. Right? Maybe they watch. I have no idea. So that's the thing. Dark purple clearware with crimson heart spot on Fireheart. That would look so cool. I love the purple. They're purple spice drop. So the Croy is like an ultraviolet color. They need to do that more because it's also very nice. We have, you're all like, yeah, see? All these cool flavors that we didn't know we could have. Brighty, they did. But when they did Brighty, was it just Brighty as coal? Or did Brighty come out in the decorator colors too? I can't remember. Oh my God. I need to take more memory supplements or something. Or have less crazy stuff going on in my life. So I have said hi to people. Geronimo or Roxy would be nice. Yes, I agree. Christmas Hamilton. Tortuga Falls. Suncatcher. See? Hi, Tina. We have so many potentials to be financially ruined by this. We probably shouldn't carry on. All right. We're going to do the next section. So I think that's all the news that we have from Briar. The Hoofbeats and Maple Treats, we went over those and the picks last week because they were announced. And then they haven't really said anything new. This is kind of the calm before the storm. They're going to start telling us what's going to be coming in these clubs, and then I will post them when we know. So we will see what comes. Probably next week there'll be more updates. So we'll do that. All right, next section. On to I wish it would transfer over a little bit more smoothly and like fade back in, but that's okay. We can work on that. So whips and winnies. As weird as that sounds now saying that out loud, works in progress and winnies. So my week was massively crazy. I still have 9 missing Medallion Club boxes. They've since been replaced. So if the people that are affected have a replacement either on the way or delivered already, but there's 9 boxes out there that I don't think are ever going to come back. It was a hot mess. I have been using the shipper for 7 years and never really having an issue with them. And it just, I don't even have words for how sideways this has gone. Thank goodness I spent all of my Tuesday, was it? I think it was Tuesday. So Monday I was online trying to track down where the boxes went, communicating, trying to get something out of DYK. They eventually did reply, saying that they were having issues getting things cleared across the border, but things should go across on Monday. That was my last update on last Friday. Things did not cross the border on Monday. There were issues. I went down to where they are in Calgary. So now when I ship, because DYK had a location that was closer to me, about 10-15 minutes from my house, now I have to drive almost an hour into town and an hour back to drop boxes off with Chit Chats or Stallion, depending on how I'm sending things. So it's a little bit longer of a route, but that's okay. If it's going to have less problems, I'm all in for that. I would much rather that, but I just can't ship quite as frequently, we're working on it. But I went into town, drove to pretty much every DYK location that exists near me, trying to find these boxes, and specifically the one with the masters in it, because they hadn't crossed the border. Gabriel, I didn't have a backup for of any sort. No scan, no mold, no other version of him. So if he was lost, there would have been basically no way to replace him other than sculpting him again from scratch. And that never works out 100%. So understandably, there's been a lot of studio stress. So I apologize in advance for my scattered brain. It's a little more than usual. So, and any emails I haven't 100% gotten back to at this point because it's been nutty. And I had hoped to get a whole bunch more of these little jug lives. There are a whole bunch of them behind me and then some more in the casting studio. But I was hoping to have a bigger army. But I didn't realize I was going to have to run around for like 3 days and try and chase these things down. So I did eventually find them. I was told that they were in Montana, and I was prepared to drive to Montana to pick them up and potentially all the way to Idaho to drop them off. That was what I was preparing my soul for. I didn't have to do that, thankfully. I had gone to the one office. They told me to go to the main warehouse. So I sorted myself out, went down to the main warehouse, and tried to figure out where it was. They apparently had a truck that had attempted to cross the border and then had things returned because the paperwork wasn't up to snuff, because that's been something that's always been changing. And there's been people trying to fudge the system, which has caused boxes to bounce back, and now a closer eye to be put on DYK because they have maybe been stretching some of the rules a little bit. Which is like, how do you ask for a giant spotlight to be put on you by messing with the rules? But anyway, their business. They're trying to do a thing. And I appreciate what they've been trying to do, but they were not very communicative to say that your masters and all your boxes had been returned to Calgary. And well, I assume the other 9 are probably somewhere in Calgary. Maybe not now, but who knows? But the masters, they were able to locate that one box. They pulled it into their storage room. It took them a while to find it, but thank God they found it. The masters were totally fine. And in a 24-hour period, my life was chase down masters, go to all the different locations, drive all around the city, then pick them up, take them home, unpackage them, check them, put Gabriel in a mold. So I did a quick, like, as fast as I could block mold within 24 hours, got a block mold of him, cut him out of the block mold, trying not to break anything, which I succeeded, and then put him in a box, shipped him off with chit chats to Jed and Tom. So right now there's customs broker clearance, and he should clear into USPS hands along with Little Jug Life, hopefully either today or tomorrow. And then we should see movement. They'll arrive. Jen and Tom will make the molds. Raven will stop having a coronary. But at least I have a backup. So there's that. I will probably never ship anything that's not either scanned, which is the second best option, or fully molded, even if it's just a quick mold, because I don't like doing the waste molds. They end up being a lot rougher, but sometimes you just got to do it. Let me see. We have comment. Jody Jones, I'm so over the tariff shipping troubles. I empathize. It's been quite a thing. You think the transitions are cute? I think so too. I'm glad you guys like them. Trot and Gallop Studios on YouTube. Hi, I love your work and I look up to you. Could I see a close-up of that dapple gray bucker on the shelf? Oh, this guy. This is my personal copy of the original Juggernaut by Carolyn Boydston, and he is gorgeous. I've always loved her grays, and he is handsome. Such a handsome dude. So I finally get to have one. I'm going to do a different thing with his base because I want to put dirt on it. But until then, this is my boy. We have the Lizzie. Hi, Lizzie. So I'll actually grab the mold and show you guys what a block waste casting mold looks like. So just give me 1 second here. I was going to grab it and I totally forgot. So this is just a waste mold. And normally your molds would have the clay, and then you put the horse in it, and then you do the other things, and you pour the silicone, and then you flip it over, pull the clay off, pour the silicone. This, you pour everything all at once. Those are little hoofy holes. So that's the only detail I really lost, were the bottom of his feet, as I put little air holes in there so that you can pour and that he can vent out of them. And you have to pour this as one piece as a waste mold, and then you cut them out of it. So using an X-Acto knife, and I made a twisted version of it. It's kind of got like a C bend in it. So like this, and the knife goes like this, so that you get this little ridge here, and that will help the mold lock in. But that is Gabriel. And I didn't want any seams on his face because his ears were fairly close to the top. So you can see in there that his little head's in there, kind of buried in this part. It worked. I haven't done a casting out of it, but at least I have some sort of semblance of backup, which made me feel a little bit better. So in 24 hours, we got all that done, shipped out, good to go. Hopefully they'll arrive soon, and then the molds can be made, and then we can start production and get that moving, because I had hoped to have things started to be shipped by now, which would have been on target had they actually gone through the post like normal. I don't know what tripped it up, but we are now using different shippers, so that will help, hopefully. So yeah, hopefully that's a little kind of cool and insightful, but it's been a little bit crazy. So I have been very focused on trying to get that problem solved and working out contingencies if that was not the case. But that worked out, hopefully. Knock on all the woods. The masters still arrive just fine, and we can keep going. I don't see any reason why they won't. Now, I did have these stickers to show you for the sticker club for last month. So I have not been able to show them to you up to this point. But this is the Gambler's Choice. So these are the ones that shipped out to you guys. You should see them hopefully soon here. There are delays of all sorts at the border. That's compounded by the government shutdown in the US, and that's slowing things down. They are making drug busts like mad at the Canada-US border, which is not helping things. And it's just like, I understand it is a white solid thing or a white hollow thing, and you're worried that there might be drugs inside, but please don't cut the horses open. Please just, there are no drugs. I've shipped enough stuff that there should be enough history that I have not caused any problems. But my goodness. So yeah, these guys will show up. It's a 50-50 split. You'll get one or the other. And I only have like 4 of each as extras because I didn't math very well. So if you're in the club looking for the other version, and there's lots of you, I'll send out an email. Maybe I will grab a few more, but I have only 4 of each of these guys left over. So that's the Silver Bay. And they're like a snaking Mustang stallion. And then that is the Garula Overo with a blue eye. Very fun. So yeah, those will be arriving in a mailbox near you if you're part of the club. There's a new sticker that is the People's Choice sticker that I will be showing off hopefully soon here. It is going to have a really cool effect that I've kind of teased before. And it is a mixture of all of the things you guys asked for the most in the club when I sent out the People's Choice survey. And the medallion will also be the People's Choice medallion. And it is also a combination of all the things. And it is very cool. I'm always excited to show you guys the stuff. And the People's Choice stuff makes me extra excited because I know some of you will be extra excited to have the thing because it is, in a lot of cases, the thing you asked for. What's better than that? Let's see. Trot and Gallop Studios. Will those Juggernaut planks be available to purchase soon? So this is Jug Life. He's a little bit smaller than the traditional Juggernaut, and they are available to order on my website. I will start shipping these paid in full orders soon. There are time payment options as well, but I should have everything out for all the paid in full orders within a month. So that'll be kind of fun. And you can see the size difference. He's classic scale, and this is large traditional. So gives people that missed out on the big edition the ability to grab a smaller one. There's also a stablemate scale, Little Jug Life, and he is quite small. I don't have him here because he's shipped to the Alps. And then Gabriel, who is the Comtois draft in Venti scale. Quite cute with little braids. So yeah, check out my website, chrysalisstudios.com, and it will have, it'll have all of my stuff on there. And if you have any questions, just send me an email. Let me know. So yeah, Momo, hello. Lizzie, welcome again. What did I miss? Who's this for? Gabriel. So I tracked Gabriel down with Little Jug Life and managed to find them. The other 9 Medallion Club boxes are still AWOL and may or may not eventually make their way back to me or to the people because I don't know, their tracking just disappeared. The tracking shipping company I use, Pirate Ship, only does labels for 28 days and then they automatically refund them. So they had automatically reversed the labels and I don't know where in the system they are stuck. I told DYK to return the boxes and they didn't. And the only way I was able to get the masters back was harassing them at every location that they have near me and making them go into the warehouse and find them. So yeah, fun. Hi Karen, welcome. So yeah, that's been fun. I do have the stickers and the certificates for Jug Life to show you. So this is the Jug Life certificate. There is gold foil on there there we go. You can kind of see it there. So I have my signature in gold foil at the bottom. Make shiny. Make shiny now. There we go. Make shiny. Yes. And then there's a little banner at the bottom. And then the Jug Life is all like foil embossed deliciousness. And then I'll sign these ones because they are here. And then it's his 7th anniversary coming up, which is very exciting. And then the stickers are extra special because I told you guys I was going to give you sunglasses. So there is detail in the Juggernaut stickers. It's just overtaken by the sheer amount of pixie dust glitter that is available. So these are sticker sheets. The hearts pop out, the glasses pop out, the logo, which they also made in hollow pixie dust. Living the jug life also glitters. And then these glasses. So the glasses are scaled to fit our friend. It's kind of crooked, but it works. There you go. Scaled to fit our friend, and you can put them on any classic or traditional scale model you want because I had to. This was like it was non-negotiable in my soul. So very cute. Or the little stablemate ones. And they are holographic. So the black is holographic, and then the little light glimmers, reflections on them are holographic too. They're just a little bit too small to cut out totally. But yeah, and you can put these on whatever you want. So feel free. I might even do a little contest or something where people that get these, if you photobomb and put the photos up of the things that you put the sunglasses on, then we'll do a little contest or something for a prize because I'm so excited to see what you guys do with these. So yeah, super fun. Hopefully you'll enjoy them. I haven't done a sticker sheet yet, so this is my first venture into something that's kind of a little bit more fun that way. So yeah, that should be fun and exciting. I have boxes now. I've got the swag in. The certificates came a little bit early, so now they can start shipping. So the guys behind me are going to make their way home. I will provide an update with all the batches and what that looks like for the paid in full stuff right away here. I was a little distracted by trying to track those masters down. I've been like ill. I've been so stressed about it. So yeah, now that we are back to a normal-ish schedule, I will be able to do these things. Let's see. Holy shinies. I know. So shiny. Very, very fun. Sticker clubs. Yeah, sticker club is going out Canada Post. So it might take a little bit longer, but that's debatable because shipping to Teresa and then shipping out from Teresa also takes a while. So it's like the 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I didn't have any issues when Canada Post was not 100% on strike. They are doing rotating strikes, but they're not doing them in the big cities. And I am at a major international hub, so things should go out quite quickly. We will see how she goes, but they are on the way. Yeah. Glad you guys like the stickers. I have like these crazy harebrained ideas, and both Jug Life and Little Jug Life will come with sticker sheets with both sizes of glasses on them, and then different colors of the Juggernauts, as well as Little Jug Life will say Little Jug Life, and it's a blue background, not an orange background, so you'll be able to tell them apart. But I had to do the black glasses for both because it's a requirement. What else do I got going on in the studio? There's always secrets. We know that. I did get mail. So I have Paint Pony Studios and I have this one. Ignacio is this Paint Pony Studio sticker. Since we have our mail moving now, kind of sort of threatening to strike for the holidays again, but we will see how she goes. And then Northwest Studios sent me a package full of all the delayed stickers from before the strike. So we've got the Fish Pony. This is Northwest Studios. And then the Fish Pony. It's been a Fish Pony year. And then this one. I like this one. I like the colors in that one. And such an interesting, like all the little frilly bits. It's like part shrimpy, part beta. It's very cool. It's like, oh, it almost makes my brain think of hair everywhere, which you guys know I love. So that's the thing. That's what I got in the mail, other than getting the masters back. What else? I think that's all for now. I don't have any painted things done. Things have been stalled out just because of the craziness with the masters and trying to get that sorted. But we're good. Hopefully now. All right. So on to the next thing, and then we'll go from there. All right. Hang tight. I love that music, and I love the little pony at the bottom. I got excited. So yeah, there's my intro. I was going to call this the topic of the day, and then I figured I should just call it what they are. They're Raven's Rants. So here we are. The topic for today is, do I paint to sculpt or sculpt to paint? And is there an idea in my head when I go and do a sculpture? So kind of depends. As you guys know, most artists tend to pick one or the other that they absolutely love, painting or sculpting, and then you do one or the other, and sometimes you do both, and then they're usually not equally as loved. I prefer sculpting over painting, but I enjoy painting. So I could do, and how I tell is I could do hours worth of sculpting and get lost in it and totally be fine. I could do, if I did the same amount of hours of painting, there would be a point where my brain would be like, do the sculpting thing. So that's how I tell. When I'm sculpting something, I usually don't see color in the way you would think. I also don't see things the way you would think. I feel them. So it's not like I see an image in my head of the completed pony and this is how it's going to be. I kind of feel how it should be. I don't know what that is, but that's me. So that's how it works. And colors kind of flit through my brain usually, but they're secondary. So the forms are first, and then I see them in multiple colors as I'm sculpting them. So Fireheart, I could see him in dapple gray as I was doing him. I was having kind of dreams of all the different briar colors I would see. So that's a little bit of a different circumstance. When I was working on Juggernaut, I was seeing him in the bright, flashy pintos. I was seeing him in the muddy bay, and the reference photos kind of affect that sometimes. So Juggernaut was based on Grated Coconut, who is a lovely Calgary Stampede bronc. Let's see. Stampede bronc. Grated coconut. Grated cheese. Nope. Lovely, lovely, lovely bronc. He passed away a couple years ago, I think now. I don't think it was last year. I think it was before that. This is the buddy. He was chonky and wonderful and handsome and bay. So there was a lot in my brain that was saying bay as I was working on him. But look at him. He's just the sweetest. There's actually a picture of him with a kid too. There we go. Just a handsome, handsome boy. So there's a lot of him in there. Here we go. Look at that. Wild and nasty bronc, right? With the kid on top of him with nothing on him. A lot of times they're the sweetest horses, and especially the Calgary Stampede ones, they seem to take really good care of. So there's a little bit of that in my brain as I'm working on him, seeing kind of the bay, but my brain defaults to the forms before it defaults to the colors. And then as I'm working on them, a lot of times I'll think about an artist proof color I would like to see on them, or imagining what people are going to do with them. That's kind of how color shows up for me when I'm working on them. And then if I'm really excited about a sculpture, that's when the colors start coming and I want to paint it myself in different colors. And I'm doing more of the medallions in artist proof type colors. And like this is Aura in a dapple gray, done in pastels with some airbrush base. And that light is like destroying her. It's a little better. And then I did the flea bitten gray version of her. So my brain gets excited to try out. And a lot of times it's tied to techniques too. I want to do hair by hair. Or I really want to try this new thing. And that can affect what colors I see and what colors I want to play with. I have the Fiddle and Flame that I'm going to do. This is a chestnut base, but I'm going to put some beautiful pinto markings on it. It'd be a nice Tobiano. Things like that. So it's kind of different for every artist. There's some artists that they're sculptors, but they love painting probably more than they love sculpting, or they're customizers and they love painting more than they love sculpting. And I think that probably influences it in the reverse. It would be kind of interesting to talk to somebody that does that. Like if you're in the comments, what do you think? What do you see? How do the colors show up in your brain? There are times too when I'll be very inspired by a specific reference. So kind of like Grated Coconut, I'll see, and usually it's like an Arabian in Fleabit Gray. Like, oh, that. And sometimes the colors can get in the way of your references too. And it's harder to sculpt something, let's say Dapple Gray or a crazy wild Sabino with all the flecks on it to see the forms underneath. So it's very interesting how that kind of works. Holly says their music reminded me of 9 Inch Nails. Yes, please keep the intros. Okay, I'm glad that worked. Katie, I had a pun for this and I forgot. Drat. Catherine says, I hate painting. And it depends, right? Like everybody has their thing that they love to do and the thing that they don't love to do as much. And most people don't like prepping. So that's one thing we can all agree on, a commonality. Amy says, or Cara says, depends on my mood. There's also that. If you're not in a patient mood, you don't want to paint. And at least sculpting, you can like bash on it and I don't know, grind at its face, cut their heads off. Amy, I'm the same way about sculpting. I can relax and get lost in it. When I do it, painting, I just want to be done with it. Right? It's a thing. Cara, I did a custom in a similar bay color and it turned out beautiful. Very nice. It's such there's nothing wrong with a nice, traditional, beautiful bay or chestnut. Holly, a vivid buckskin or a silver bay pinto with dapples would be amazing. Oh, yes. On Fireheart, I would love that. Like glossy. Nom. Anyway. Katie, so he was an Alberta drafty Mustang. He was a born to buck, bred bucking horse. So they have lines. I don't even know how many generations. Let's see. Stampede. So they breed specifically like bronc lines, and they have a huge ranch that is massive. The Stampede Ranch is outside of town, and they've been breeding since the 1940s, it looks like. Multi-generational lines since 1961. Program's been in operation for 60 years. They are the breeding programs established with the intent of producing high-performance animal athletes for rodeos, ensuring a consistent supply of top-quality bucking stock. The lines of these horses can be traced back to original Wild West horses. The exact number of generations not specified in the program. They have naming conventions for the mare or the dam's name and then the birth year. Let's see. Let's pull this up so you guys can see what I'm seeing too. So this is the Stampede Ranch, established 1961. They have 500 horses at the ranch on 2,300 acres. 10 to 15 times is the maximum number of times that a Stampede bucking horse will compete each year. And then for the sometimes 2 runs of 8 seconds. So they really don't actually have to work that hard. I know it's kind of a contentious thing, but they raise beautiful horses and they are out hanging out on their 2,300 acres living the life that most horses would dream of. And it's kind of cool, I think. So he's not a wildie. He would be a mixture of draft lines and their heritage bucking stock lines, along with other bucking stock from around the North Americas, I would imagine. And they mix in whatever they think will give them good bucking stock. So it's not really a breed per se. Champagne Gypsy, also a nice color. Jody, I always wait to paint any from my herd until a particular model tells me what it wants to be. And sometimes it's nice to have that canvas, and usually I need two so that I don't like hyperfixate on not being able to paint the one, because then I lose the infinite potential of the sculpture. I have a hard time with that. So then I need two, but I'll have them out and then my brain will flicker through the colors. So it's different when you have a resin in hand to paint for me than it is when I'm creating them. Because when I'm creating them, I have a little bit more potential to have a whole bunch of them that I can paint in whatever colors I want. So it's not as, maybe that's why the colors don't pop into my head the same way. But yeah, you'll see a piece that's there. Oh, I want it in this color. So it's narrowing it down. That's the hard part. Karen, bay or black are my favorites. Also very good colors. A good black is always nice. Lizzie, I have so many blanks. They haven't spoken to me yet. Sherry, he is a registered Canadian bucking horse. That spelling mistake in the comment was awesome, but we understood what you meant. So I don't know. Let's see. Do we have an association for that? Canadian-made bucking horses out of Ponoka, Alberta. Calgary Stampede. So their Canadian-made bucking horses apparently is a kind of registry. I don't even know. We're doing a deep dive here live. So Canadian-made bucking horses. Bringing Canadian top-bred bucking horses and producers together to have a quality horse. So that's just with the training weight on it. Some of them are smaller than others. Some of them are bigger than others. Bucking Broncos and honky tonks. There is lots on there. I didn't even know this page existed. I will have to follow it. So yeah, that's totally a thing. I don't know that they're registered as a breed per se, because there's not really a breed. Oh, I'm following that page. I knew. So yeah, it's a thing. Leah. Hi, Leah. How are you doing? Random question. Can you make of your awesome little micro drafts into a traditional? Which one are you talking about? The Gabriel guy? Who knows what may happen in the future. I do want to do a big traditional draft at some point, so that is on the roster. And I can rotocast here, so I can make copies of him. Where is the Gabriel on my thing? This guy. So this is the one I've been talking about for those of you that aren't super familiar with everything I do, which I don't blame you for. He is a Comtois in Venti scale, so he's about this big and super cute with the double braids on either side of his neck and then a braided tail. That was the master that I thought was lost to forever, but thankfully he's found. And I have the backup mold. So there's that. Any of them. We will see, because there was Chewy too. I haven't done a big traditional guy, so I will take that into note. This has been the year of the people's ponies, so I always try and consider what you guys are wanting and looking for when I'm sculpting. So you never know what you find. How about another Pim sleeping? That would be so cute. I love the little sleeping one. I saw a little sleeping dragon that was like palm-sized, and I fell in love. And I was like, we need a little palm-sized sleeping pony. Wouldn't that be cute? And I started it right away, and that's how Pim was born. So maybe we need another sleepy thing because they're super cute. Everybody's like, yes, drafties. Big traditional draft in a full out gallop. I think Amanda Brock just did one of those. Maybe less stretchy out than, it's more like a canter than a gallop, but still cool. Yeah, so fun. Big drafties that are moving, totally my jam. I would love that. So you never know what you'll see. I take these things and absorb them into my brain cells, and they are all taken into consideration. So, all right. On that note, I will do my parting words for the people that don't want to see my hyperfixation. I don't know why you wouldn't want to, but that's okay. So if you want to take off, you can. But yeah, we're gonna get into my favorite little intro video. It's like all the things going on in my head and then my brain glitching, because that's what happens. So, sleepy draft would also be really fun. So yeah, hyperfixation time. After I cover all the normal studio topics, then I do my hyperfixation for the week, which is what I'm wearing currently. It started with our bed sheets. We bought linen bed sheets, and unbeknownst to me, my husband found on the internet somewhere that linen is supposed to be better for you. If you want to go like whole granola, it is better energetically and for your aura. But also, it is moisture wicking, it is breathable, it is way more durable than most fabrics out there. The only downside is really that it gets wrinkly, but when it's sheets, who irons their sheets or cares about them being wrinkly? It's not me. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Maybe it's you. Maybe you're like, I like my sheets crisp and perfect, which is totally fine. That is like a nice feeling to have just crispy, lovely sheets. But I don't know. I have too many ponies to make to worry about wrinkles anywhere for that matter. But yeah, so we bought the sheets. We love the sheets. We got sheets and pillowcases, and they are fantastic. It's like it keeps you cool when it's hot and hot when it's cool. And they're super thin, which you wouldn't think would be very effective. And then I was like, okay, well, Chris was like, I might buy a shirt or something. We'll see what that looks like. So he hasn't actually got his shirt yet, but I found a really good deal on this one. And it is linen. It is also wrinkly, but that's okay. We're going for shabby chic because artist, right? Like, who has time to iron? I don't understand. But it is, and I'm doing the hot flashy thing. Not right this second, but in general. So this has been quite nice, actually. I might need more because it is thin enough to feel like I'm not wearing a whole bunch of stuff and be breathable. And I have been loving the fact that I can just wear this underneath my jacket and I'm not too hot and not too cold, and I can not wear it underneath my jacket. Like not naked. Like I can wear this just normal, and it keeps me warm enough just as is. And normally I'm a temperature messy kind of human being. I like a certain temperature and I don't like too hot and I don't like too cold. It has to be just right. So this has actually been really nice. So I don't know if this is placebo. And I also like the durability factor, that it's not just going to get wrecked right away. So there's that. And I found some really good deals on secondhand. Like this one was, I think, $15 secondhand on Poshmark. So I'm not really a fashion clothes type person, but I like the functionality, I will say. And I don't know if this is a superior fabric. Why have we not been using this? Like, it doesn't stretch either. So like if this gets caught on my shoulders, it's not going to stretch. It's going to rip. So there is that. You need to have it be more baggy. It can't be super form-fitting, but how often do you really wear super form-fitting stuff? I'm like more into the baggy, let's just live life and enjoy it kind of deal. I don't know about you guys, but that's totally a thing. My grandmother melt. You calling me your grandmother? Who says what? Amy says, speaking of hyperfixations, Aldi's apparently has a cheese advent calendar. I need it. I should have taken a picture. Costco had a bigger than me chocolate advent calendar. I was this close. I'm like, I just want to walk out of here with this giant advent calendar box of chocolate. But now I need a cheese advent. What? There are ink advents. There are pony briar advents. Now I need to explore what other advents might exist with food, because that will totally be a thing. We actually had our freezer die. So we've been buying ice, trying to keep everything cold until the new freezer arrives, which it doesn't until Wednesday. And we ended up getting a smoking deal on a 21 cubic foot freezer. So it's huge, for cheaper than like the little box guys, because there was a clearance sale and then the other store was willing to match the clearance and beat it by 10%. So it's like an $1,200 freezer for like $700. So I get like, we could fit my husband and I in this freezer. I am so excited because we do a lot of food and a lot of cooking. And I try and recession, inflation proof our pantry by buying things on sale and in bulk. And then by the time you're out of the one, it's on sale again, kind of thing. So it's super helpful to do stuff like that when you can, and preparing things in advance. Our sous vide just died the other day, so hopefully I can get that replaced too, because it's my favorite thing. I love sous vide food. And if you haven't tried sous vide, you should, because it cooks things like perfectly in a water bath to the right temperature. So like a steak, perfectly medium rare, and then you just pull it out, put it in the fridge, and then sear it quickly the next day. And then you end up with perfect sear with the perfect temperature on the inside, and it's delicious. It makes the best, juiciest poultry of any kind that we've ever had. Turkey, duck, chicken, so good. Like the turkey would be equivalent to like brining one, and them so good. Anyway, need to replace my sous vide now too. I don't know what's with these technology things, but that is a problem. There's the Nasho. Nasho, come say hi. Come here. Come here. People always say hello. Look, Nasho. Hi. So he's been very good. He is learning how to play with other puppies. We have some friends at the dog park now. Poodles don't like him. Poodles try to dominate him, so he's having struggles with poodles. He now is starting to not like poodles. And he found a Great Dane the other day, and the Dane was nearly as big as he is. Let's see if I have a picture. I might have one on here. Oh, and he also got a bow tie. This is his Christmas collar with his little bow tie on it. Gotta do that. And then let's see. He ran into a fully grown Great Dane that's about 2.5 years old. And the Dane is here. So there's a pug for scale in the back corner, like right there. There's a pug. And then that's a cross of some kind from California. And then there's the Dane. So the Dane is taller, but Nash is thicker, deeper chest, bigger body, which was kind of funny to see. And that was kind of a thing. And then this is a picture of our... So this is the stock image of the freezer, but you can see the whole turkey in there. It's giant. I'm so excited. And especially with Nash, we have food for Nash that goes in the freezer, and bones and treats and stuff. So now you can have a section of the fridge that's just his for all of his foods. And then we can have all of our stuff maybe a little bit better organized, because it's a chest freezer that died. So it's hard to get at the stuff in the bottom, whereas this is a little bit better of a setup. So we do cluck at him. And that has become a problem when I ride or go out to see Turbo, because then I'm clucking with Turbo, and Nash is like, I don't understand. You're telling me to come. I'm like, no, I'm not telling you to come. I'm telling the horse to go faster. So yeah, that's the thing that we did. Oops. Pork and steak too, very, very good. Pork is also very good. Everybody's saying hi, Nasho. He's like curled up. Oh, you can't see it with the light, but he's curled up in the back, like right against my cabinets. Nash looks debonair with the bow tie, right? I thought so. It just like kills me. And then we got a matching leash. They had a coupon for $5 off. So I was like, well, I gotta get him the leash to go with the collar. So super cute. Anyway, that is my hyperfixation. So if you have not tried linen, try linen. Might be fun. They make more modern type styles, but I was also told that this is really good for high heat places. So like Florida, Kentucky. Next time I go to Kentucky, I'm just going to bring linen because if it like regulates my temperature better, then it's totally worth it. It can absorb, I think, 20% of its weight in fluid without feeling wet, apparently. Let me pull up the benefits of linen. Let me share. It says super breathable and absorbent. High flow, wicks moisture away and then dries rapidly, which is very good. Temperature regulating. It keeps you cool in the summer and then keeps you warm in the cold. It is durable, one of the strongest natural fabrics, and the strength actually increases after repeated washing. And it also gets softer. So a lot of people say it's not soft, but if you get stuff that's either pre-worn and washed or washed, it eventually will be soft. Hypoallergenic, it's a great option for people with sensitive skin or allergies because it's resistant to bacteria and fungi. Antibacterial, which is why it was used for bandages and stuff apparently. Odor resistant, so it doesn't hold stink, which is nice, especially if you have doggos. Supports health. It says might stimulate healthy blood flow and reduce inflammation. That's the more granola end of things. It is also eco-friendly, biodegradable, and sustainable. So only downsides, doesn't stretch, might be a little bit more expensive than your average, and wrinkly, maybe a little grandma-y, but that's okay. I'm willing to be shabby chic grandma Raven making ponies in her basement. So yeah, it's like I'm a germaphobe. That sounds lovely. I know, it's just cool. Am I coming to 2026 Briarfest? I am not, as far as I know. I have no plans. And we have to get some things sorted out here. And then Nash would be sad. I'd have to bring my horse in costume. Jody says, I know what I'm doing with my afternoon linen. Who knew? Right? I don't know. This is like, cotton is also like natural fibers are good for you. Cotton is good. Wool is good. Some people find wool and alpaca more itchy and have allergic reactions even to alpaca. So you got to be kind of careful with that. But linen, I'm really enjoying this experience. And it's nice to have something that we have such big temperature swings here, which does not help hot flashes. But the temperature swings go from, like, for example, yesterday was, what is my Fahrenheit? So 32 Fahrenheit to today is going to be 59 in a day. And then a lot of times morning to afternoon is quite a big swing. So it's nice to not have to have 500 layers on and then be stripping things off as you go. I can have this on and this does a lot. And then a sweater over top. So I need more of these because I can't just wear the same shirt every day. I gotta wash it, right? So I got it just the other day and I'm very excited. But anyway, can you tell? It's a hyperfixation for a reason. So yeah, I'm going to probably get a couple more and then see how it goes. You can get t-shirts, you can get button-up shirts, you can get all sorts of stuff. Long sleeve things, you can get dresses, you can get many, many options. So kind of cool. I'm going to look into it. There's some cute little like strappy things like tank tops. I don't know. I'm not normally a fashion-y type person, but I have been exploring these options. So you never know what you'll find down the rabbit hole. On that note, I will let you guys go do your own research because some of you are going to. And then I will see you next Sunday. Probably I might switch it up and do a later stream depending on how it goes. We are a holiday on Tuesday. So yeah, see how that goes. And I will see you then. If there's more Briar updates, I will update you. My brain has now collapsed, and I must engulf more coffee or something. I did want to show you this, though. I put stickers on my water bottle. It's kind of fun. So, yeah. All right. Love you guys. Don't feed the trolls. We'll see you next time. Hopefully you enjoyed the intros and the new stuff and the linenified grandmother raven.